Chapter 7. The Meeting at the Church. At 9:30 p.m., James and Billy left the building quietly. They didn't talk on the way to the lake. "Maybe Mr. Evans is just meeting a friend at the church," thought Billy. "James will never forgive me." "We were lucky last time at the lake," thought James. "I hope nobody catches us tonight. My parents will kill me." "Look," said Billy suddenly. "There's Mr. Evans. He's holding a long package. Maybe it's the stolen sword." "Be careful," James said. "He mustn't see us." "There's a small path by the side of the church," said Billy. "Let's hide there." "Okay," said James. "He can't see us from there." The boys moved towards the path. Billy checked his watch. It was 10 p.m. "It's time for his meeting," said Billy. "Do you think he was meeting this friend last time next to the church? He was carrying a long package then too. Maybe the packages are for his friend." Mr. Evans also looked at his watch. Then he went into the church and shut the door behind him. "What's he doing in the church at night?" asked James. "Well, I'm certain he's not praying," joked Billy. Then he stopped and stared at the lake. A mysterious green light was shining over the water. "Billy, it's the Green Lady," said James. "But it's not the 1st of February. I don't understand. The ghost only appears on that date." "It's not the Green Lady," said Billy. "Don't you see? It's Mr. Evans. He's shining the green light across the lake from the church window. It's a signal for his friend." "Wow, that's very clever," said James. "He knows about the legend of the Green Lady. If anybody sees the green light, they'll think it's the ghost and stay away." At that moment, a man appeared. He went inside the church and called Mr. Evans. Then they both came out together. Mr. Evans was carrying the long package in his hand. The boys listened carefully from their hiding place. "Now show me this beauty," the man said. Mr. Evans carefully opened his package. In the moonlight, the boys could see the school sword. "I knew it," whispered Billy triumphantly. "Mr. Evans is the school thief. I always knew he was a bad man." "Shh," said James. "What should we do now?" Billy found his mobile phone in his pocket. "I'll move away from here and phone the school. I've got the headmaster's number," he said. "Be quick," answered James. "I'll watch them." Billy quietly moved along the path and called Mr. Hopkins. He spoke very fast and very quietly. His story sounded very confusing. "We saw the school sword," whispered Billy. "We're next to the church. Mr. Evans took it. He's the school thief." "Don't be ridiculous," Mr. Hopkins said firmly. "Stay there and don't phone the police. I'll be there in 5 minutes." That was a strange response, thought Billy. I hope Mr. Hopkins arrives soon and sees Mr. Evans with that man. Billy walked back quickly, and his foot suddenly hit a can on the floor. It made a loud noise. "Oh no!" thought Billy in a panic. Mr. Evans and the other man heard the noise. They turned around and saw the two boys. "Run!" shouted Billy to James. He knew they were now in danger. But the boys didn't have any time to run. Their teacher was already standing next to them, and he was furious. "Too late," said Mr. Evans. and he took James's arm. "You stupid boys! What are you doing here?" "You're the school thief!" shouted Billy. "We saw the sword." "What sword?" shouted Mr. Evans. "You're talking nonsense!" Mr. Evans was holding James very tightly. Billy was worried about his friend. At that moment, Mr. Hopkins appeared. Mr. Evans released James immediately when he saw the headmaster. "What's happening here?" asked Mr. Hopkins. "I hope you can explain everything, Mr. Evans."